going on, Falcon Nation? Welcome to the Dbnreport. I'm Johnnyvtv. Now, of course, everybody's waiting for sports to come back. It's been miserable. It's been terrible. But NFL fans, we had our fix thus far. We had the draft a few weeks ago. The schedule got released last night, and it looks like hopefully the league can be starting on time. Now, of course, if whatever team you're a fan of, it doesn't matter. Sports is coming back one way or another. It's going to come back soon. Just stay positive on it. Now, Atlanta Falcon fans, you're seeing your team has one of the toughest draws of 2020 in terms of schedule. But I'm here to say it doesn't always matter. What happened last year, that was last year. 7-9 in 2019 is not indicative of what's going to happen in 2020. With that being said, and despite a bad season last year, let's focus on what really matters, fantasy football. Now, in fantasy, it's important to have a QB1. And guess what? You know who the QB1 is for the Dirty Birds. One, Matt Ryan, Matty Ice. Here's the problem. Matt Ryan, as everybody knows, in Atlanta, is widely disrespected and always counted out by the major media and by fantasy experts, by media people. It doesn't matter. Very few people really respect what he does. Now, let's look at what he did last year, despite an inept offensive coordinator that doesn't know anything about calling plays, an absent running game, hurt Devontae Freeman running back, injuries on offensive line and defense. Despite all that, Matt Ryan finished first in completions, third in attempts, seventh in completion percentage, fifth in yards, tied for eighth in touchdowns, for a total of 330 fantasy points in only 15 games, averaging about to be 22 points per game, give or take your scorings and settings in your leagues, what have you. Now, this year, he's projected to be only the 9th quarterback off the board. The ones ahead of him are the runners and the mobile quarterbacks, the Russell Wilsons, the Deshaun Watsons, Josh Allens, Kyler Murrays, et cetera, et cetera. I'm here to say it doesn't always matter if you can run the ball or not. Ryan last year was forced to throw the ball way more than he should have because of the lack of running game and his defense always leaving him in holes that he had to play from behind. In 2020, they're expecting it to be a lot closer, running the ball a lot more. The acquisition of Todd Gurley was huge. I think he could be 18 touches a game or so if healthy. The old Todd Gurley is one of the best in the game, and if they get any semblance of that this year, it's going to be great for everybody's stock. Despite less volume, it should be a lot more efficiency. Now, Ryan, with the defensive perspective, don't worry about what defenses he's playing. He, on paper, is going to have a tough schedule, and that sucks. But if his team is letting him down again, he's got to throw from behind anyway. One of the main points to remember is Ryan's projected 9th QB, but that's around 83rd overall in your standard 12-team leagues. That's 7th or 8th round. Biggest advice is wait on the quarterback. Don't reach. Even Lamar Jackson last year, who was the best fantasy quarterback in the league, was the 7th round pick, roughly. Matty Ice is always delivering the big seasons. He's had 4,000 yards every year since 2011. Coming off last year, he had 4,466 yards, 26 touchdowns. Yes, the glaring hole is 14 interceptions, but a few boneheaded plays, take those away. He's in for a big 2020. Stay back, stay patient, and stay thankful for the people that pass up on him, because an 8th rounder for Matt Ryan, who always gets better in his second year in a new offensive system, takes off. People are going to discount Ryan a little bit. Now with Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Russell Gage is slated to take a big step forward this year. Hayden Hurst might not be as good as Austin Hooper, but he's a little bit faster. And, of course, Todd Gurley. Short up on the offensive line, and hopefully the defense steps up their efforts a little bit. I think Ryan's in for a big year. Roughly 4,700 to 4,900 yards, 30 touchdowns, and maybe only 10 interceptions. I would absolutely take that any day of the week. Slated for about 23 to 25 points a game. Also important to note, whenever you take a quarterback, which is what you have to do, try to stack him with a guy on his team. For example, a Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, or a Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, or a Matt Ryan, even Hayden Hurst. That goes a long way. But most importantly, sit back on Matt Ryan, let him come to you, and enjoy the benefits of having QB1. I think he's in for a top 5 finish this year. Welcome to the DBN Report. Thanks for watching. I'm Johnnyvtv.